Hey, let's go ahead and get started with a reading and let's find out. We're in 1111 right now. So we are in that divine portal. Oh my God. And look, we just had the Hierophant come out. So we are in the 1111 portal, which is, a very high vibrational portal. It can usher in like a lot of new things for the collective. And let's find out what those things are. For 1111 Spirit, we have the Hierophant. The crossing card is the Page of Swords. What's at the foot of the reading? We have the 10 of Wands. This is putting down some type of a burden. We have, oh wow, a heavy burden, a very painful burden. We have the 10 of Swords in the recent past. For some of you, this could even be a divorce is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, 5 of Swords. So we have 2 5s here, 2 10s. 5s are chaos, Oh, we have the 5 of Wands. Competition. 3 5s now. What else do we have, Spirit? Page of Cups. So now we have 2 pages. An apology. We have a 2 of Swords, possibly. And what else do we have in the hopes and fears, Spirit? We have the 8 of Wands. And the outgoing card is the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Swords. Whew, okay. Somebody is like laying up worrying, okay? They're worrying about, I feel like you're going through a lot, maybe a lot of major tests in your life. And this has been bringing in a lot of worry. It could be like, there could be a lot of fighting going on, because we have this Page of Swords. I feel like there was some type of an ending. Someone here definitely put down the burden and was like, it's not even worth it. And I feel like the pain came in, and I feel like the challenge is you need to say something about it. I feel like someone here has some type of inner conflict. We are going into Mercury retrograde. And so people from the past are going to tend to come back in. And what I've noticed in my own personal life is that the people who are coming back in right now are people who have hurt me in the past. They said something, they did something, and then it's been up to me to speak my truth and say, hey, this is how that made me feel. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't spoken to you in a very long time. And it's almost like, when you're speaking, you need to have some type of couth, and it's going to be entirely up to this other person on whether or not they're going to understand whatever it is that you needed to say to them. But the challenge is, and I feel like the lesson is, there's been a lot of pain and fighting and arguing, or, people belittling each other, because we do have swords here, right? And someone here has walked away, because we see that in the 5 of Swords, people just putting down their swords and saying, you know what, I'm done. And now somebody is definitely sitting here in doubt and worry and, oh my God, what did I do? And now they definitely have a choice and a decision on whether or not they want to reach out and apologize. So I do feel like this is apologetic, energy. And I feel like it's very surprising to some of you. Maybe you haven't heard from these people in a long time, because it shows to me in the past, or, right now, you've already walked away from, it could have even been a group of people, because we have multiple people showing up in these cards. And I feel like there's going to be multiple people who try to make a return. And now there's a decision that needs to be made on whether or not you're even going to want to communicate with these people. You could be getting text messages and you're like, okay, well, do I even want to respond? Because the challenge, and in the hopes and fears, the challenge is the Page of Swords. Do I respond back? And, and if I feel like for a lot of you, if you do respond back, it could come out very cutting. My nose just started itching right when I said that. It could come out very cutting. But I feel like because it's connected to the Hierophant, it is a spiritual truth. It is a spiritual truth. And basically, I feel like this is part of the lesson, is to use that throat chakra and make sure that you get that point across, but in a very spiritual way, because you've learned. And I feel like the key to unburdening yourself through all of this, because we have the 10 of Wands here, is by, letting go. And I feel like you did let go. There was a lot of swords put into someone's back. There was a lot of swords. And this could have been from multiple different people or from the same person. But I feel like like how you're sitting is the Hierophant. Like, you've learned your lesson. You've learned the spiritual lesson in all of this. And the challenge is to speak the lesson. But what's on your mind is, like, I don't even want to argue about it. Like, we've already walked away from this, but I do feel like somebody's trying to come back in and talk to you. That's why we have the Page of Swords here. And we have the Page of Cups. So this could be somebody who surprisingly comes in and you meet them with your sword, because you're just like, I remember the conflict. I remember the burden that it caused and created, and how it left me, up at night, like wondering what the hell just happened. And, I feel like it really took you off guard, because we have the 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 2 of Swords, Page of Swords. Yeah, we got a lot of swords energy here. And so I feel like for a lot of you, you're worried about making the right decision of whether or not you want to allow, this person or this group of people back into your life. And I feel like which ones the snakes are. Now you have a bird's eye view, and I feel like you're going to be able to see it even when you're not even paying attention. But make sure that you pay attention. I feel like for a lot of you, these people are going to come back in when it's like you're ending some cycles in your life, and right when things are like, oh, okay, all of a sudden this comes in, and it's like, fuck, okay, so I gotta, I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, and she's like, it's almost kind of like the AA of it, where you have to go back and you do your 12-step program, right? So it's almost like, in order for you to be able to move forward, you have to kind of finish out the cycle. Because look at this, we have the Hierophant and we have the Lovers here. And honestly, these two carry the most weight. These two carry the most weight. Out of all the cards that are here, these two carry the most weight. And the Hierophant is like having God universe in your reading. It's like, the hierarchy. But this is about us learning lessons through, chaos, because there's a lot of chaos. I mean, a lot of freaking swords, a lot of, 3 5s right down the sides, right down the middle, and 2 10s, which is like, ugh. And 9 is like, you persevered, you didn't give up. And now I feel like, it's almost like an ex coming back, when you've already walked away from him, you've learned the lesson, you're just like, oh my God, an ex comes back in, they want to talk to you, and you're just like, but I already see you as a snake. Like, you've already, like, even just you reaching out to me has created like, in my life. If that's the case, then you already know, so don't even entertain it. Really, at the end of the day, you don't even have to entertain it. This is about a choice. That's what the Lovers is all about. I feel like somebody here is going to hear from somebody from the past. That's what I'm definitely getting. It's like, it's when you're not looking, because you see the Page of Cups over here, and it's like, I'm not looking. And I almost feel like the lesson is, did you learn the lesson from last time? How does this person, because certain people can come back into your life and they just make you feel icky. They just make you feel icky, and you're just like, ugh, like, this brings up a lot in me, and I don't know how that makes me feel. I don't really like how that makes me feel. So you're going to have to remember that, because I think for a lot of you, you're just done with situations that are, you're like always fighting or bickering, or somebody's constantly in competition with you. And maybe you don't even realize that they're in competition with you, but somebody, like, I feel like you're kind of, you're just, you've learned your lessons. You're in a, in a higher, really sitting in your higher self. That's what I'm getting here, you guys. I feel like you have learned the lessons from all of this. What advice do we have in this reading, Spirit? What else? Angel of Balance. That one wanted to come out. Okay. And we got Door to Value. Yeah. This is also, this is definitely about, do these people, if people are always fighting and arguing with you, do they even value you? You got the Magician in the Mirror at the bottom of the deck. One more card, Spirit. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Healer of the Ages. You got the Angel of Balance and Healer of the Ages. Yeah, very spiritual energy surrounding you at present. Bottom of the deck, yeah, you've got the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Using your intuition. Again, like I said, I feel like you're in your higher self with the Hierophant. You're showing up as the Hierophant. And now you have the 7th chakra, which is the, really downloading and really being in your spiritual energy and just like being able to see, what's coming from a mile away. And when it happens, I just see amethyst here too. Like I'm getting amethyst. I think for a lot of you, you're just focused on your money. You're focused on whatever you're doing. For some of you, if this is like a job situation, and it very well could for some of you, maybe you're working for a corporation and you're just like I don't want to work for corporate anymore. You know what this could be too? Okay, this is kind of funny that they just downloaded this. All the companies that have been poisoning our foods and our water are about ready to get shut down. And because of a larger, hierarchy that is going to shut them down. So bye-bye red number 40 or, yellow, whatever. Bye-bye. You're no longer valuable anymore. You no longer have anybody backing you. Now we have a government who's literally going to wipe that whole industry out. And it's almost like, what are these people going to do for work now? They may have to do cutbacks until they figure out how they're going to revamp their foods, because we're going to have more and more of these corporations being shut down, and for good reason. So if you're working for one of those, you might want to think about are you even going to be needed anymore? And I think that for a lot of people, that's really bringing out a lot of fear and doubt and worry. Get some rest, man. Seriously, get some rest. The numbers, you know what? That's really funny. The cards that came out is 31, 41, and 51. And 48. Funny. Yeah. A lot of people are going to be losing their jobs. That is for sure. But there's going to be a lot of jobs also opening up. I do feel like something happens in the nick of time for some of you. You just need to make better choices in your life, and we are going into the year of the serpent. So do be careful, of people are snakes too. But yeah, this is about Healer of the Ages. This is about really healing. And I feel like for a lot of you, you've done your work and you're only surrounding yourself by people who value you. There needs to be balance and reciprocity in the relationships that you have with these individuals. Definitely a surprise. I do see a surprise offer coming in for some of you, and I feel like you're going to be a little on the fence about whether or not. I think for a lot of you, you kind of got your heart blocked off right now because you're just like, I don't know. I don't know. Your intuition does tell you that there's something big is getting ready to happen. And every time chaos ensues, or, every time we're about ready to level up, chaos definitely ramps up. For some of you, this is definitely a past lover that's going to try and come back. It could be a past friend. It could be a family member. It could be, whatever. I do feel like you are going to hear from somebody unexpectedly, and it's going to be up to you whether or not you want to heal this with these individuals and move forward, or if you want to heal it and move on. That's going to be entirely up to everyone, but please do remember that we are going into Mercury retrograde, which means it's time to hash things out and see where you're at in your healing process so that you can either move forward with these individuals or you can leave them in the dust. But if you have an ex that's trying to show back up, remember why it is that they left you or you left them in the past, because I feel like this person did not value you, and you need to listen to your intuition when it comes to be making these decisions. How much have you healed? How much is this person healed before you just allow them back into your life? And I feel like one of the biggest message from this reading is, if you don't know what to do, do nothing. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for being here. If you're interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Love you guys all so much. Take care, and we'll chat again soon.